This is RadioFire.com. Yours truly, Dominic K, in here alongside my father. How you doing, Dad?
Hey.
Good?
Daddy, great.
Like the week, it goes by quick.
Life go by quick, brother.
Yeah, you used to say that. And
I remember I told you that.
You used to say that, and I'll tell you now that I used to say, okay, just it's old people talk.
Yes, yeah.
You're absolutely right. It goes by quick.
Listen, I just saw a documentary of Muhammad Ali the other day, and he did a lot of tapes for his children, and that is what he kept stressing. The kids say,
it goes by quick.
Daddy kept stressing, get it done, because this thing called life goes by mighty fast. Yeah. Mighty fast.
So would you had a good week?
Yes. Hey, when I can spend time with my family and here with my son, hey, that's the joy.
Weather's warmed up.
That's the joy.
So President Obama was in Berlin doing a town hall. This is weird to do a town hall in Berlin, but he's doing a town hall in Berlin nonetheless. And do you think he's still the leader of the Democratic Party?
I don't know. I really don't know who is the leader. I think he can be, but he's laying back.
He shouldn't be. He should not be. Mm-hmm. I mean, because he ain't running for nothing. Mm-hmm. He ain't gonna give nobody no blessing.
But he, at this point, he's not the leader of the Democratic Party.
Elizabeth Warren? Nancy Pelosi?
I don't think they really have one yet.
Yeah,
they floating it.
Yeah. So, anyway, he touched on the growing divisions in the Democratic Party, and what happened in 2016 is that, when you have a candidate that you're with, and then that candidate does not get the nomination, you have to put your support behind the candidate that got the nomination. But frequently what happens is that you have infighting and they tear each other down, and some people just feel like, I'm not voting for that person. You know what I mean? And this is supposed to be the person that's on your side. Mm-hmm. So Obama was warning about the infighting at this Obama Foundation town hall. So audience had questions about frustration that comes from lack of change. Change was President Obama's thing, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Are things different now than they were, say, during the Obama administration?
And things are worse in the country. I mean, you can see, the atmosphere in the country. And in fact, look at this country. And what was Trump's mantra is make America great again. Yeah. But throughout the world, you can see that America's image has fallen. How can you make enemy with Canada and have them just like it? France, Germany, England. Mm-hmm. No, the only group that has the potential to make America great again is the Democratic Party, because this guy here has made America hate again, and we know that America know how to hate. They know how to hate. If you ever want to question, YouTube or 1973 Boston, black kids trying to go to school, integrated school, they'll show you what hate is.
And what year was that, you said?
72, 73, integrated schools, Boston. Yeah. He has showed America how to hate again, and that needs to be the slogan, without question. So it's changed. It's changed. You can see the atmosphere every day. It's changed.
So President Obama, and you're right about that. President Obama was concerned about the lack of compromise in Washington. And so he said that he's worried about progressive politicians who alienate potential allies. Because I guess he's maybe saying they're going too far to the left. Let's look at that first slide there. So he said, among progressives in the United States, it's a certain kind of rigidity where we say, I'm sorry, this is how it's going to be. So like no flexibility. No flexibility there. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, the compromise started leaving when he got in office back in '08. You know, when they stopped compromising, and it just progressively got worse and worse. So now that's why you're at a stalemate. There's absolutely there ain't gonna be none.
No compromise.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
All right, let's go to the second slide. So, President Obama continued during this town hall saying that party infighting usually leads to the weakening of a movement by creating what's called a circular firing squad, where you start shooting at your allies because one of them is straying from purity on issues.
Well, you know, they're not going to have the kind of chaos fighting that the Republicans had
in 2016.
In 2016, it's not going to be that kind. You know, they're going to focus because this Donald Trump has a record, and so they're going to focus on him more. They're not going to have that. It's not going to be that kind of infighting. I don't believe they can't afford that.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody can see that's the worst thing in the world if you want to get rid of this president. Donald Trump.
So you think that President Obama was making any good points?
Yeah.
In those clips?
Yeah. No, you can't. They cannot go in there fighting amongst each other. That's insane.
So they can. How can they agree to disagree without tearing each other down during this?
They can, because all you got to do is focus on what the problem is. See, and I don't know who in the Democratic Party is qualified to do it, because none of them have a street vernacular. None of them have that roundedness that you need to deal with a person like President Trump.
Yeah.
See, I mean, Bernie Sanders. I mean, I can't imagine who. So that's why I kept telling you all along that the person that will be able to challenge him, hopefully, we hadn't even seen him yet. I mean,
you had hopes for Michael Avenatti.
He had the qualifications, but
I don't think the person needs to be street. Avenatti was too street. He's so street he gonna get locked up.
No, you got to be balanced.
Yeah.
You know, balance is always the key word.
What about Mayor Pete? He's like the opposite.
I mean, I told you, don't ask me about that until
you need to see
the
debate.
Campaign. Yeah, debate. I can see who's out here. I don't even know.
Well, you know what the media is saying. The media is saying Biden.
Well, that's ludicrous.
Yes. So can the Democrats going back and forth actually help the Republicans?
What do you mean going back and forth? Fighting each other?
Yes.
No, they need to concentrate on what the problems are, and concentrate on President Trump.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's shift gears closer to home. The Baltimore City Council has put some or is trying to pressure the embattled mayor, Catherine Pugh, to resign. So the Baltimore City Council on yesterday called for Mayor Pugh to resign as multiple investigations probe some people are saying lucrative deals. I think that the $800,000 is not lucrative when you compare that to the millions that are made with deals. But wanted to get her to resign after this, over the self-published children's book to customers that included a hospital network that she once helped oversee, sat on the board, and a major health plan that does business with the city, Kaiser Permanente. What are you feeling on that?
Hey, listen, man, it's ridiculous. Mayor Pugh.
Mm-hmm. There she is.
How you doing? How are you, dear? If this was 1819, 200 years from now, ago, 2 years, they would still be on her. Just like they are right now. 200 years ago, they would be on this woman, the same people that's on her now, trying to get her to just castigating this lady. Because 200 years ago, black people weren't supposed to read. Okay, the same book. So she got in trouble for reading. Now, they on her for understanding how the system works. White folks, first of all, taught her how to read, how to speak English, right? Taught her. When she gets to high school, okay? You have a decision to make, all of us. Either you're going to go to the streets or you're going to ascend and get into the business world or go to school and assimilate.
Yeah.
She decided to assimilate into American society. White folks taught her how their government works. White folks taught her how business in America works. So everything she does and learned, she learned from white folks. This is how America works. I mean, it's really, I remember 40 years ago, we was a little boy. I opened up at Harbor Place. 1979, we started with Harbor Place, Rouse Company. Opened up the African Queen restaurant, right? 6 months in, they said, Mr. Williams, we need $20,000 for a bridge loan. I ain't had $20,000. I said, $20,000? They said, I've been working with these people for 7 months. They said, well, you're going to have to go. I said, all this work, you got to go. I called one of the greatest politicians I know at that time. It was Perrin Mitchell. I said, Perrin, I've been working for these people, trying to get this project off the ground with Harbor Place for all these months. Now they told me I got to go because I don't have $20,000 to give them. Perrin said, listen, Rouse owed me a favor, and I'm going to call it in for you. The next day, the Rouse company called me and said, we thought about it, you know, and you've been working with us, and your proposal was wonderful, African Queen restaurant. We want you to come on in. Forget about it. We'll work that bridge loan out. They never said anything about Perrin. So what am I supposed to do? Go around telling everybody Perrin Mitchell called Rouse Company and helped me get this? I mean, this is how the world works. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you, I've been all over this globe. That's how the world works. You work with people that you know, people who help you. Well, what they talking about doing to this lady is ridiculous.
Yeah, so she
black lady, first of all, every black woman, and you know how I am about black women.
Yeah.
Okay, they are the ones that are going to help get this president, Donald Trump, out of office.
Black women.
Black women. Just like they did in Alabama, getting 65% of white women voted for Roy Moore. 65%. 95% of black women voted against him to put
the accused pedophile. Yeah, right.
into the Senate. So let me tell you, no. I'm not going to let, and we have to get out of that destroying ourselves. Black men jumping on black women. Intolerable. I ain't tolerating that.
So she hasn't said much. She tweeted yesterday that she joins her colleagues in the government in mourning the passing of the longest serving state House Speaker in Maryland history. But that's all she's really said. There's a lot of controversy as it relates to her. Should she stay? Should she go?
She should not leave. Let me tell you something. My granddaddy,
2 years into her term.
Your great grandfather, born in 1898, told me 50 years ago, he said, listen, son, when you go to school, did they tell you that the world is round? I said, yes, granddaddy. They said it's round. He said, look close, because it's crooked just the same. And I understood, I'm 10 years old, I understood that then. He said it's crooked just the same.
So you're saying that Catherine Pugh is crooked?
No, I'm saying that the system is.
Okay.
And she working in the system, and whatever she does, she learned how to work the system.
Right. So a part of the system, the Baltimore City Council yesterday, the entire membership said this. They said the entire membership of the Baltimore City Council believes that it is not in the best interest of the city of Baltimore for you, Catherine Pugh, to continue to serve as mayor.
They want to be mayor.
We urge you to tender your resignation effective immediately.
Hey, I heard something on that radio show in the morning. I told you I don't even like to listen to that radio show.
Radio show?
Yeah, especially that.
Okay.
That
I know what you're talking about.
That coach on there. I don't like him at all.
Okay.
He gonna say, well, why would Young say, I'm not gonna run for president. I'm not gonna run for the mayor. I don't want to be mayor. He done castigated the man because he said he didn't want to run for mayor.
Well, I mean, you got to look. There's a certain way.
Here's the point. The Young is smarter than he is. Why would I put myself out like that? Let the people tell me. Jack, run.
Wait, no, I can't run.
He sounded like, what's the guy's name when Reagan got shot? And he said, don't worry, everything's under control. Haig.
Yeah.
Haig. Everybody cascaded him. I've got everything under control. This is what he want Jack Young to do. Jack Young playing
he should have some more finesse. What you see, you got to operate with some finesse.
Hey man, you got to be balanced in this world. That's the problem. You need to have balance. You got to balance.
So speaking of that, I mean, the city council has said their piece, how they feel, and some other politicians have. But the city council may want her out, but the city's charter clearly details how to remove a member of the city council, how to remove the controller, but there's no way to remove the mayor. It's unlikely, but the Maryland General Assembly could amend the state constitution or the city charter to conjure up some kind of way to remove her.
They could get out now. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm saying the way it stands right now, unless they move some things around.
The world is round, but it's crooked just the same.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, so they can get out.
So what I want people to do, I want them to stay tuned. After the break, we're going to be joined by...
They still got my partner, Kilpatrick, in jail.
Kilpatrick, yeah.
From Detroit.
Kwame,
Still in jail, but in that 15 years.
And
they can do it.
Well, they could do it. But so we're gonna take a quick break.
And they can put her in jail if they want to.
Based on what?
What law? What my granddaddy say?
Yeah.
It's round, but it's crooked just the same.
All right.
They can do it.
We have Kitty Ebron in the building and Dara Muhammad.
Somebody I've been knowing for 20 years.
We're going to take a quick break here on the Father Son News Show, and we'll
fired up and ready to go.
Yeah, what'd you have for lunch today?
I didn't have no grapes. Last week I had grapes and jerk chicken, so I was fired up.
Yes. Okay, so we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be back with our guest. Today's broadcast was brought